Hello everybody, welcome to the coronavirus 2020 locked in quarantine range day. As you can see, nobody's keeping me in. Got a couple things to try out today. Put a couple things on my 7.5 inch Bear Creek upper. I'll show you those when we get out to the desert. But brought a couple other, three in fact. Brought 3 other surprises. Hopefully we get to use those today. Come on, people. Apparently the other thing that has a virus is your gas pedal. Jesus. Yeah, so I'm bringing out the 7.5 inch, bringing out a couple different magazines that I want to try out, bringing out 3 other little surprises, and yeah, who knows what else we'll get into. So, we're already on the road. Let's get there. This is actually the deadest that I've seen our roads since this whole quarantine, stay-at-home order, oogie boogie scariness has happened. It's pretty empty right now. Of course, it's Easter. Did I mention that? Today's Easter Sunday. So, for those who celebrate, happy Easter to you. But yeah, it's pretty dead. But it took Easter. It took Easter to do it, because I'm pretty sure everybody in Tucson is considered essential. I have my Nazi papers saying that I'm an essential worker and that the state okays me to be on the road. And I think everybody else I know does too. I'm not saying everybody does. I'm just saying everybody else I know does. Yeah. Been weird, but yeah, it took Easter to empty the roads here in Arizona, here at least Tucson.
Push button, get mortgage.
All right, and we are off again. Customary gas stop. Get some of the essentials, as in Powerade and Monster Rehab. All right, we are here. A newer place I've been trying out. So far it's worked out pretty well. And I think it meets social distancing guidelines. I am way more than 6 foot away from people. But that one guy did get arrested for being out on his paddleboard, disobeying the stay-at-home order. And so the cops broke social distancing rules to apprehend him. Makes sense. So we'll see if that happens to me out here today. So I'd hoped to work from the white table today. That's of course not going to happen. If I can hear the breeze, which I can, blowing past my ears, you know, where it sounds like wind blowing across the microphone, right? If I can hear that without my, earmuffs on, then I know you guys can hear it. So that's kind of my gauge. And of course, as soon as I get out here, it sounds like a wind tunnel to me right now. So I got you back in the bed of the truck. Hopefully that's protecting the microphone enough. I really need to figure something out because in the summertime it's always windy here, and it really screws up my ability to make video before the sun comes up, really is what it amounts to. So I thought about one of those Rode microphones that you actually put on top of there with the fuzzy thing on it. I've had two lapel mics. I can never get those dialed in. I always sound like I'm screaming in the microphone, like I'm trying to eat it or something. I just can't get those dialed in. And of course, I mean, you guys can't tell, but it's so windy that's actually blowing the tags and stuff like that for my chair that's in here. So I mean, it's the wind's even coming into the bed of the truck. So I don't know if any of this video is even going to be any good. So if you guys have any ideas about windscreens and things like that, let me know, because I'm actually getting really, really, really tired of this. So today, what are we doing? Got this optic here from Pinty. I think Pinty is a Chinese company, but they got a hold of me and wanted me to check this thing out. This is my third range trip with it. It's got a laser here. I think lasers are stupid, with the exception of a couple of specific things done with them. It's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. It's got a nice dot. I zeroed it and came out, put about 100 rounds through it. After I zeroed it, put about 100 rounds through it the day I zeroed it, put about another 100 rounds through it the second time I came out with it. Now this is the third time I'm coming out with it. We're gonna check zero again to see if bouncing around in the truck, stuff like that, has done anything to it. Might even beat it up on the table a little bit, but today I'm going to record the actual review for this. So you guys won't see that until that gets published. But I'm gonna check zero again. The laser is what it is. Can't see it during the day, but at about 20 yards, between 10 and 20 yards from here, where I'm not looking through the optic, I can hit the laser, turn the laser on and pop, 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 and put 10 rounds just in a small area real quick. So I mean, the laser has stayed for close quarters, which is about the only thing a laser is good for. For close quarters, the laser has stayed on pretty well. So we're going to do that today. And I can't put these in camera view yet. Going to, this will be the first time I have this from, you guys remember my Fiachi review of the red dot? I think it was the RDS 25 or RDS 30 or something. It's the one that I took my AK and I'm like throwing it all over the place and beating the hell out of that white table with it and all that. Yeah, that one. That is the brother or cousin optic to this one. Same company. I have to look it up. I can't remember which one it is. They sent it to me. I put it on here. I did a quick bore sight on this short thing in the house at 10 yards. So, I mean, I'll at least should get on paper with it. And I put this CAC slimline flash forwarding flash can on it. So we're going to go ahead, and this will be the first time I've shot this, or either one of them. So we're going to try that as well. I'm going to do some more testing with these, which is the Strike Industry +5 for 9mm plus 4 for 40, but the Strike Industries Glock base plates, magazine base plates, I've shot a couple hundred rounds through them. I just want to keep going with them a little bit because I don't know, they come with their own spring. I don't know how their spring is. If it was like a Wolf spring, I'm really sold. Wolf makes great springs. So we'll see. And then, after all that's said and done, which by the way, the rig I'm wearing today is, if you guys pay attention to my, community tab on YouTube, also I think I posted on Facebook and Instagram, is that that Blade Tech belt, the Blade Tech belt and mag pouch that I got the other day, and of course Bravo concealment holster. I always have a Bravo concealment holster on. I just think they're one of the best outside the waistband holsters on the market. But I do have a full Bravo concealment thing in the works for all the Bravo holsters I have. And of course, I'm still testing the Bear Creek Arsenal stainless steel Glock barrel. And I did put a Magpul, what do you call it? A Magpul. Help me out, guys. I know you can't talk to each other, but Magwell, because I hear so much about Magwells, and honestly, I don't have a problem hitting the reload without one, but these are so inexpensive, I thought I'd give it a try. So I have been dicking around with that for a few weeks now. Let's get shooting, shall we? Alright guys, let's take you out here into the wind, and of course it's probably going to die down now that I've complained about it, right? Some ears here, and that's 50 yards approximately, so let's do a 0. I don't know how bad this is going to be on my camera right here, but we're going to give it a shot. Wrong rifle. There we go. So it apparently remembers something that I wasn't expecting to see. It apparently remembers my last setting, because that is not the brightest setting on it. That appears to be what I was zeroing it with, you know, dimmed down. So let's get you here. And as expected, that wind just picked up, and of course there's a plane. Why wouldn't there be a plane? Okay, ready? Okay, let's go check that out. I don't have another battery with me, so I am going to shut this off. Just because I don't want to run out of battery in the middle of my review. Oh no, that's better than I thought it was going to be. So that's not bad. 50 yards. I have to assume I pulled that one, but that's all. I mean, that there's an inch, so that's not bad considering the fact it's hurricane force winds out here today. I'm perfectly fine with that. I know some of the sharpshooters and long distance target shooters and stuff like that look at that and they look at that like it's this wide of a group, Nope, not me. Let's do a few more shots, shall we? I'm gonna go the one that was directly underneath that. That's high. Faster. All right, let's try that. Well, actually, how many? There must be one round left. Let me put my front sight up, rear sight, and see where that one lands. Just because it's been a while since I shot iron sights. Wow. Wow. I'm just gonna go for a headshot. Okay. Let's go check it out. I actually feel pretty good about that, shooting at a little higher tempo there. I was getting back on target real quick for a little tiny dot, a little tiny round circle. Oh, and it doesn't look too bad from where I can see it. A little to the right. So there we go. I mean, it's smaller than the palm of my hand, smaller than my fist. So let's call that maybe a 2.5 inch, 3 inch at most. At fairly fast firing. So I can live with that. I can live with that. Speaking of which, since I'm out here, let's put the tripod out, and at about 10 yards, I'm gonna do some shooting here. Alright, so about 20 feet. Oh my god, I can hear the wind real bad in these, so I can imagine how bad it's in that. About 20 feet right here, and I don't know if you can see me or not. Sure you can. About 20 feet right here. I'm gonna do all 40 rounds of what's in these magazines right now. I'm not gonna shoot this. This is my Hornady 124 grain stuff that I carry. Nice. First shot. low. Nah, not that bad. And the next one down. Oh, well, would you look at that? This older Glock mag with the strike base plate on it won't seat with the mag pull. With the mag pull, yep. Well, that's a strike against Magpul, I would say. All right, so let's try this again. This time I got just a regular Glock 19 mag. Looks like it's full of Remington hollow points. There's some older hollow points I had, so I'm gonna get rid of those. And an ETS 17 round with steel case. So let's start with that. Bottom right. Top left with the Remington hollow points. And was that a light primer strike or what? Where'd that one go? I don't know. Don't care. Let's look at the target. So, "50 yards with that Pinty optic at a high rate of fire, steel case, and the Remington hollow points." So, all in all, not too bad. Now, while we're out here zeroing and making wind noises, might as well check to see how this is. Second shot, but I got it. So if you guys pay attention to the rest of my social networking stuff, Instagram and the YouTube community page and my Facebook, you'll know that I just bought 20 pounds of this, 10 or 21 pound cans of it, and so I brought 3 out here with me. Thought I'd make it a kind of a fun range day, let off a little steam from all the madness of the flu that's going around and all that, you know, the stay-at-home orders, and I'm practicing social distancing here. Yeah, I don't think anybody heard that. I'm far enough away. So, let's turn this off. Okay, put that back up. Just take that end off. This is never This PSA has never fit right. Just never has. Damn it. And put this guy on. I insist on having a sling on my rifles. I said I think it was, I don't know what page it was. I think it was a page run by Aero Precision that I was on the other day. And all these people were showing off their rifles. What's the deal with that? I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with it right now. All these people were showing off their rifles, and like 2 people had slings on them. And I made the comment. You can always tell people who actually use their rifles because they have slings on them, or even intend on using their rifles because they have slings on them. That was not very well received by the idiots in that group. All right, so I'm gonna move the target in to 10 yards. See where this lands on 10 yards, and then 25. Because this little short guy I zero at 25 yards. So the last optic that was on here, which is actually this Vortex Crossfire, was zeroed at 25 yards, and that's what I'm gonna do the same with this one. All right, so what I usually do in this case, what I mean by this case is like I'm setting up a new red dot, right? So how I normally set them up from brand new is I do the bore sight that I was telling you about. I set this like on a chair or on the couch arm or something that's just stable, and adjust the dot to something that I see on the wall through the bore. And then I come out here like now, and I put it on paper, and I can tell you that on 11, this isn't very bright. But let's see what happens. Let's see how it looks on paper. So what I'll do is I'll put 1, and I appear to be about 4 inches right and a couple inches high. Let me show you. I think some people call this chasing the dot. I don't know. But do you see the hole in it? Down there, bottom right of the 5 circles. So the next thing I'm gonna do is chase that. Since I don't have a sled out here and I can't actually move the reticle to that point, which is what I would like to do if I had something solid out here, I'm going to now put the red dot on that and see if I can get closer after adjustments. All right, so I'm gonna move it left. Oh, it doesn't show it. Yeah, it does. We'll move it left and down and see where it ends up. And I'll leave you looking at it. So I don't know if you're picking that up or not, but it went a little high, but not as much right. See if I can get it. There we go. You guys should be good there from now on. A little high, but not as much right. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit more. And left. about what I did the first time. 9, 10. And try for the same first dot. Real close. Make sure that wasn't me. Okay. So I need to come down just a fuzz. 2 and left 2. I'm gonna do 2 and 2. See what happens. Okay, that is pretty darn close for 10 yards. We'll do 2 and 2 again. And now we're going to do the very bottom bullseye, the very bottom. Put 3 or 4 or 5 in that bottom circle. Okay, I would call that pretty well 10 yard 0. That's 4 in the circle, 1 was my first one. So let's move it out to 25 yards and see what happens there. All right, going for some left in there and a full mag here. I'm trying to be as reasonable with ammo as possible with the shortage going on and all the people freaking out to buy ammo. I got several thousand rounds, but we don't know how long this is going to last. And I got to continue making videos and practicing and training and things like that. So going for the center. Alright, I only got 2 left. Might as well use those. So I think it's off so far that I'm actually hitting bullseye of the very top. Let's check this out. Let's zoom in a little bit here. So from 10 to 25 yards. Yeah, check that out. I was actually aiming for the very center circle. I was actually aiming for the very center circle. From 10 to 25 yards, that's how much off it is. Wow, unreal. So let's get some adjustment done. All right, guys. So I saved a little bit on battery and did some of this off camera, but so you can see the very bottom was the original one. Top is what was the mistake. I got it close to center, then I went to the right one. So let's go right all the way to the left one and see where everything ends up. I think I have it pretty good. Good enough for a 7.5 inch, that is. How's that look? Looks a little outside to me from what I can tell. Yeah, it is a little outside. Looks like it needs to go left a little bit for the most part. That was high, I know that one. got it over, it just needs to go down a little bit, huh? And I'm going to go for, because that's getting pretty crowded, I'm going to go for the very center one. Too low. Damn wind. I hope it's a little bit better. Yeah, I hope it's a little bit better now that I got you in the back of my truck. Yeah, but that doesn't work well, does it? I'm sure you can't hear anything though. All right, so now I got it zeroed. I did it. This wind is just killing me. Now that I got it zeroed, let me take a mag, and I want to see how this feels as far as handling for this CAC flash hider, the slimline flash hider. I'm gonna see how it feels for handling. I don't even know if the target, yeah, there's the target. Well, no special amount of muzzle rise or side to side movement. I did see the fireball a couple times. Let's put the turret caps back on this. I'm gonna call that good enough. All right, mixing jar. The unmixed. One pack per oof. A little bit came out. I'm sure that won't be enough to matter. Okay. All right, I think that's enough. I don't know what came over me. Some room in there. Never seems like you can fit it all just quite right back in there. Let me see if I can get it to settle down a little bit here. Okay, kids, do not try this at home, or don't try this at home as close as I'm going to do it. I think you're supposed to do this no less than 100 yards or something. This is going to be 25 yards, but if he dies, he dies. Quarantined anyway. I mean, I really don't want to see what the rest of what the country's going to turn to next. And let's get you some ringside seats for this. And magazine. Safe. Nothing like a little bit of fun. And here we go. With the 7.5 inch. Ah, so much fun. Well, if they didn't know I was out here shooting before, they do now. Oh, I was zoomed in. I'll bet you guys were looking right up my nose. All right, so what's next? All right, well, I still have a couple of reviews to record today, so I want to conserve ammo for that. So with that being said, probably gonna have to make this the last shot of the day. One last target shot. So sad, ending so quickly. See if I can get a good view for you here. Yeah! That's what I was hoping it'd turn into. Woo! Nice ball of smoke there. So that's all I got for you today on today's quarantine, social distancing, lockdown range day. I haven't seen a person within 6 feet of me today, so, and if they were, I think the Tannerite took care of them. So that's all I got for you. Thanks for tuning in to yet another range day vlog. Hopefully we'll be able to get another one for you out pretty soon. Until then, check out for the Pinty review, and I'll do some more shooting with the Fiachi Red Dot and the Slimline flash can, and of course a review coming up of these Strike Industries base plates. Talk to you later. Don't forget to check out my Patreon. Want to support the channel, go over to patreon.com/RTT Guns and Gear, or sorry, /RTT Guns Gear. That's it. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you later.